What is kind of the mission statement of a water authority?
What's going on, guys? Chris Work here from Profitdig, here this evening with Jeff Gibbons, Jeff Spencer, and we have a special guest this evening, Scott Miller. Scott, thanks for coming out, man.
Yes, sir.
We appreciate your time. Yeah.
Glad to be here.
Fantastic. Now, Scott,
I am the General Manager of Operations at the Water Authority of Dickson County.
Dickson County. All right, got it. I knew it was something big. I just couldn't remember the exact title. Look at that big ass.
That's quite a title.
Well, good.
Yeah, that's a huge title.
Yeah.
This coming up in June will be 26 years.
26 years.
Yep.
Wow. Well, that's pretty awesome. So, Jeff, you had something you wanted to jump into, but I had a quick question.
Go ahead.
All right, 26 years. That's a long time. So, what did you do when you started there?
I was in a ditch laborer. I laid pipe, read meters, fixed leaks, made taps, put in services. I started out at Turnbull Utility District in 98. And it was actually Turnbull White Bluff Utility District. I started in June. In January of 98, Turnbull Utility District and White Bluff Utility District consolidated into one.
Okay.
Turnbull sold White Bluff 100% of their water. So they were looking into the future of creating the Water Authority of Dickson County, which happened in 2002. So they merged together. So I went to work there in 1998. Worked for a year, studied and received my distribution certification in 99.
Okay.
And in 2000, the general manager was there, Billy Langford. No, I don't know if any of y'all know Billy. Billy's a world famous Dickson County. Retired, and the operations manager moved up, and they kind of split some things up. But I was a distribution supervisor in 2000.
Okay.
And then so I kind of just, like I said, started from the ground up. And
Hey, that's awesome.
I feel like I applied myself, got my certifications,
Absolutely.
and moved on up.
Yeah.
Did they help you get those certifications, or that?
Sure. Oh yeah, they sent me to school for training and different things like that. Yeah, we went to Tennessee Association Utility Districts. I don't know if any of y'all ever heard of that. It's TAUD acronym. Hey man, without TAUD, they're such a vital part for this state.
Really?
They have lobbyists on staff. We pay a fee to them every year. They have lobbyists on staff for bills that come out, and some of them were for, some of them were against, and so the utility systems authorities, the gas authority, any of the utilities, they don't have to pay a lobbyist, yearly. They've got two on staff there that work with the legislator and legislatives, and they're just such a vital part. So we get most of our training from TAUD. State of Tennessee has a training facility too, but TAUD is they're out there. They're on the ground. We go to about 3 or 4 conferences a year.
Okay.
We get some really good updates, and EPA and TDEC, they're changing rules and stuff.
So you gotta stay on top of it.
About it. Yeah.
Now, for someone who's not super familiar with that world, I have a passive knowledge of utilities, right? As a consumer.
I know my water bill.
You don't know how many times a week I get that call. I've actually been talking to a guy this afternoon about it.
Well, so what is kind of the mission statement of a water authority? So your water authority, for general manager of the water authority for Dickson, Tennessee, our county or city?
Well, it's about 75% of the county, so we include the city of Dickson in that.
And so what does a water authority do? Like, what's its goal or purpose?
So let's just start from ground up. So we have 3 water treatment facilities. We have 3 wastewater treatment facilities. So we want to provide our customers and the people of Dickson County and surrounding counties. We go into Williamson County and go into Hickman County. We want to provide them with safe drinking potable water, and then we also want to collect their sewer back, as many of them as we can, and we want to treat that and discharge that back into the stream, and be good stewards of our earth. in
So
our
it's a
community.
recycling effort.
In a way, so we have about 20. We're a little over 22,000 water customers. We're getting close to 10,000 sewer customers. So sewer's not all over the county. You know, you got the city of Dickson, city of White Bluff, city of Charlotte, which they're not. We have water in the city of Charlotte, but not the sewer, and in of course Fairview, and we have a little bit out East Hickman. So you know, it's not as the sewer's not as broad as the water is. So
when we're talking about water supply, water return, cleansing, and then resupply.
yep, distribution and collection.
Distribution and collection. Okay, perfect. Yeah, those are good terms.
Actually, that's so my certification. I have a distribution 2 certification license, and I have a collection 2 certification license.
Okay, and so rather
distribution and
than
collection.
is there a collection 3?
No, 2's the highest one.
Okay.
Yeah.
Royalty.
Yeah.
I got you.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. So we have so in the state of Tennessee, they require for you to be able to operate a facility in the state of Tennessee. So each utility has to have a distribution operator of record. They have to have a water treatment plant operator of record. So distribution 2 is the highest, and a grade 4 water treatment is the highest. Same goes for wastewater. You have a collection 2 certification, which is the highest, and you have a wastewater 4, grade 4 certification. And all our plants are grade 4s. So
Okay, and grade 4 is the highest.
the highest, yes.
Now-
and then our system, both our collection and distribution system are grade 2s.
So when we're talking about distribution, like what does that look like if you could X-ray the underground, right? Like, are we talking about for distribution 6-foot diameter pipes or 2-foot diameter pipes?
No, I mean the largest pipe we have, as far as in the distribution system, is a 24-inch. We have a 30-inch raw water line coming from the Cumberland River out on Miller's Chapel Road, feeding our Cumberland River plant, and then we have a 24-inch distribution line coming from the Cumberland River plant here into town. And then we've got quite a bit of 18, some 16, little 14, but 24 is the biggest. Most of your normal around here, your normal size water distribution lines, you have 6-inch.
Really?
Around, yeah.
And is that even, because I can imagine obviously closer to the water authority, you would have larger pipes. But
That's
as you
correct.
get out into the
That's
rural
correct.
areas, like, at what point do you say, what's the smallest that you would have? Like,
I mean, we got some 2 and a quarter. Yeah, I mean, there's actually some 1-inch. I mean, years ago, all they was focusing on was getting people water.
yeah.
They wasn't thinking about fire protection or anything like that. I mean, the water authority, we're not in the fire protection business now. Granted, we want to help people fight fires. We don't want nobody's house to burn down. But just what you said, in the towns and in the communities, your larger pipes go in and they get smaller as they go out.
Is there any sort of redundancy in the pipes, or is it's one node?
So our redundancy comes in tanks and pump stations and different things. So
To backups.
yeah, so if you have a pump station that all you need is 2 pumps, well, the state requires us to have 3. Or if you got a pump station that just needs 1 pump, state requires us to have 2.
Back up.
So that way, if one of them's down, sometimes both of them run together, but you gotta have more than one. So you can't just have a pump station out there with 1 pump.
That's a high risk, right?
Yeah, I'd say yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Now, when it comes to like some of the technology you have there to operate those pumps, you mentioned collection and you mentioned you're pulling from rivers, and I guess initially I was thinking just sewage returns, but I guess there's a natural collection that you have from reservoirs.
Well, we have intakes. We have three different intakes for the water treatment. So, which would be considered part of the distribution. And then we have discharge permits, and that's your wastewater treatment. So we have withdrawal permits at the water plants, discharge permits at the wastewater plants.
Okay. And are they the discharge? Is that the wastewater plants? Are they right beside the distribution plants?
Oh, no. No, they're not.
Okay.
Yeah.
Chris, you look like you were about to say something.
I was just curious, like, I live in the rural area in the western side of the county here, and my water comes from pond utility.
Yep. Actually, I live on pond water.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay, so is there like any synergy there? I mean, do you guys support them at all, or they utilize your resources?
We sell them 100% of their water.
Really?
So they're a reseller.
Okay. That explains my water bill.
We actually, years ago, like early 2000, we put in a transmission line for the water authority to supply a pond.
Really?
Yep, we set the meter and everything for them, you know.
Okay. Well, and now, Scott, I don't want to ask you a question that, could put you on the fence or anything. But so, what purpose does pond serve versus just Dickson Water Authority being able to serve all of those customers? Is it just logistics? Is it just a matter of, it's just, they were there?
That's a good question.
Oh.
Sylvia, Tennessee City Water Department, and ask them. I don't.
No,
That is.
I don't have anything negative to say about anyone.
The manager there used to work for me. He's a good friend.
Yeah.
He and I don't see eye to eye. I mean,
Okay.
I don't. I mean, on most things we do, on this we don't. I mean, they're buying our water and marking it up. I don't think anybody in their system can argue that. And if he sees this podcast, he'll probably be pissed off about you saying that, but you asked me, so.
Yeah, but I mean, that's logical, right? And in the utilities,
I mean, he can't sell it. I mean, he can't sell it for the same price we do. I mean, you know what I mean? We have wholesale rates, and so he gets a cheaper rate, because it's cheaper for us to send him the water to send each customer. So, I mean, he gets a wholesale rate, but he marks it up. I don't know what the rate is. Our rates are just standard rates.
Yeah.
If you use 1,000 gallons, you're going to pay $9.50 for that 1,000. Now we have a customer fee of $6.50 on the water and $6.50 on the sewer. And that's a calculated number that we have a professional firm come in and tell us, hey, this is what it costs for you to have that tap sitting at each home, business, whatever. It costs you this to have that there if you don't sell them a drop of water. Okay. So that's what we charge that, and then we charge the rate per 1,000 gallons. You have these minimum bills of 2,000 gallons. Well, a lot of these people, everybody can use 1,000. They don't use 2,000 gallons of water. I mean,
right.
my mama, she wouldn't even use 1,000 a month, and you're paying for 2,000 whether you use it or not. Well, how is that fair?
Right.
For that woman to subsidize
the neighbors,
the big businesses that's using all the supplies. So we kind of revamped that. I don't know, several years ago. Okay. We kind of looked at that in a different form, and it seems to be working really good. So
good deal.
So they take to answer your question. It's just like any of us. If we buy something and resell it, we got to mark it up.
Absolutely.
And they're not a bad. It's not a bad system. I mean, the guy that works there, he does a really good job with it. I mean, he controls his water laws and his spending. I mean, he does a really good job there.
Yeah.
So
yeah. A funny story, and I won't take long. This was years ago. Apparently, I guess I forgot to pay the water bill one time, and my wife just happened to be in the shower when they came out to turn the water off, and she called me and she was like, we have a problem, like the water isn't working. And I was like, water's not working. And I was like, oh my God, did we pay the bill? And I literally called them, and the guy was still on our road. And I still had to pay the cut-on fee for him to turn around in his truck and come back. I was like, he's still in the neighborhood. And they're like, well, that's just the rule.
we don't waive fees to not pay.
I know. But I asked them, I said, I didn't even get a notice. And they said, we don't do notices. I was like, well, okay. So.
Yeah. You're gonna know when it stops working.
Yeah, especially when your wife's in the shower and she calls you pissed while you're at work.
Yeah.
We used to send out second notices and we quit just because the postage and everything got to be so expensive. But we got to where we would you would get your next month's bill before your previous month's bill was due.
I said just tack it on there.
So it would show up
Yeah.
delinquent, but we're actually upgrading our software, and it's a fee per month, and we got a new. It's the same company, but we're going to have a lot more features on our account where you can set up portals and look at your usage and different things. It's actually going to be really nice. But the part of that fee is they'll send second notices out again, so anybody that doesn't pay.
Yeah.
But you'd be surprised. Our delinquent accounts, they're few. It's very few. It's not many. It's not many each month.
Yeah.
Well, guys,
Yeah.
I think that about wraps up this
Yeah.
one.
Yeah.
And of course, we got some more questions coming from Scott.
Yeah. We'll take a break.
We'll take a break and we'll get back to y'all. But hey, if y'all like this video, be sure and hit the like and the share button. Let us know what you think. Give us your thoughts. If you have any questions, especially about water distribution or sewer rehab or anything of that nature, shoot us an email. If we don't have the answers, we can reach out to Scott and maybe he can help us get some answers for you. But we really appreciate y'all joining in with us, and we'll catch y'all next time.
That's right. Yeah. And check us out at profitdig.com.
See you guys.
See ya.